This week's parasha, Parashat Hayeh Sarah, we're about to move into generation 2.0 of the Jewish people. Sarah Imenu has just passed away. Avraham Avinu realizes he's getting much older, although he's going to live a much longer life. But right now he's getting older. He's realizing without his wife Sarah by his side, it's time for something new. And he sends his Eved, Chazal tells us that it's Eliezer. He sends Eliezer back to the old country, go back to Haran where they have good midot, bring me back a wife for my son Yitzchak, and we're going to Bezat Hashem have generation 2.0. Now, I want to look a little closer at the first story of Eliezer meeting Rivka for the first time, but look at it from the perspective of the Pituchei Chotam, the Abir Yaakov Abu Chatzera. We brought him down many times in the last year and a half since I found the Sefer, unbelievable Chidushim. And Kedarko, in his way, he likes to look at some of the stories from a little bit of a more like a mashal, like an analogy or ramazim, that we have our storylines in the Torah, but beneath the surface, the Torah is hinting to other deeper ideas, either ideas about Hashem, about how Hashem created the world, about how the Yetzer Hara works, or in this case, deeper ideas about the Torah and the desire for Torah. So, B'ezrat Hashem, I want to get back to the Abir Yaakov, but first I want to look at the actual Pesukim that he's basing it off. Okay, so what happens? So Avraham sends Yitzchak, go back to my family, find a wife, and sends Eliezer, go back to my family, find a wife for Yitzchak. And when Eliezer gets to Haran, he prays to Hashem. He says, Hashem, can you send me a sign? Can you send me somebody that I want to ask for some water? And she's not only going to want to give me water, she's going to want to give my gemalim, my camels as well. He's looking for someone who does chesed, meaning Avraham Avinu is the pillar of chesed. And as we said in the past, he's looking to find a wife that's really going to replace, in a certain sense, Avraham Avinu. Yitzchak, we've mentioned, is the pachad. Yitzchak is the gvura. In many ways, he's more similar to his mother Sarah Imenu, who just passed away. So now we have to find that yin and yang, that zivug, that perfect couple that's now really going to replace Avraham Avinu, Avraham, the pillar of chesed. So he's looking for someone to do gemilut chesed, which is very nice because our whole story is going to keep saying the word gemalim. Gemalim, camels. Camels is the same language. Gamal, gemilut chasadim. I want someone who can do chesed. So let's find someone who's going to give me and my camels water. And says the pasuk, Vayihi hu terem kila daber. Even before he didn't even finish speaking, he's in the middle of his prayer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Vehine Rivka yotzet, and then all of a sudden, Rivka Imenu, the beautiful Rivka, comes out. Asher yulada lebutel b'mekah eshet achor achi Abraham, from the family of Abraham. Vechada al shichmana. Here's the important words for the mashal. And she has the kada, her jug that she gathers the water in. That is al shichma. That's on her shoulder. V'hana'ara tovat mareh me'od betula v'ish lo yada'a. She's beautiful. She's pure. V'tered ha'ayena, and she goes down. She goes down to the spring. Vatimale kada. She fills up the jug of water. Vata'al brings it up. And now Eliezer sees this. The servant runs out to her. Can I have a little bit of water from your kad, from your jug? Batomer, shte adoni, my master, drink. And she brings the kad down, and she gives him to drink. She finishes giving him to drink. Batomer, I'm going to give to your camels again, and then let them drink until they've had their share, so they have what they want. And now she goes, she empties the jug into the trough, goes back to the well, meaning we need a lot more water right now, and she draws it up again. She gives to all the camels. And he's looking, he's astonished. Is it coming true? Is it not? And he realizes, whoa, it seems to be coming true. And once she finishes doing the whole thing, she gave to all of the camels. He then gives her a present, a nezem zahav, beka mishkalo, shnei tzemidim, a nose ring, 2 bangles of gold, asara zahav, worth 10 gold, mishkalam. We've spoken in the past that this is a hint to the luchot abrit. This is a hint to the marriage ceremony. Now we have a marriage between Rivka and Yitzchak. We have the engagement present, where it's going to be a hint to the engagement present, the luchot we're going to have with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. But now I want to look at a different analogy. This is the Pituchei Chotam. Okay, says the Pituchei Chotam. Efshar lefaresh psukim ha'elu. He says we can learn all these psukim bederech remez al Toratenu HaKedusha. Let's learn about it as if the story now is really referring to the Torah. Really what he's going to do, he's going to now take Rivka, and Rivka is going to be the symbol of the Holy Torah. Because he explains why. Because in the Zohar, it teaches us, Himshila lebat melech kvodat nu'ah. He says that Chavusha betamun ein ro'eh. He says we have this beautiful, pure, tzanua Rivka. Well, what the Torah in the Zohar is compared to the beautiful, pure, tzanua Torah. The Torah itself is stays in her room, and she's only going to come out and only become married, only betroth herself, only want to show herself, reveal herself to somebody who's really dedicated and is going to wait for her and is going to be dedicated and really want to see her. So what takes place is the Torah, this Bat Melech, this princess, is waiting behind the door, and she's waiting for a suitor to come and to desire her. So first what she does, reveals a little bit through a remez, through a hint, speaks to him behind the door. But eventually, if she sees that Aishu Chishkoba, that he really desires her, he's really going to be dedicated to her, then she begins to speak and to reveal more and really develop a relationship with the person desiring her. So he says, Keni Toratenu Kedusha, Batchila Kodem Shilmod Adam Adelet Skura. He says, so too when it comes to the Torah, when you first begin to learn, you haven't learned yet, it's difficult, it's hard, it seems so hidden away. Like, I don't understand what's it talk about, it's so cryptic. But when you really desire it, please, can I see it? Please, can I understand? So she begins to speak b'derech remez. And when you go and you learn more and more, the Torah begins to reveal more and more until you begin to understand. And the Torah will reveal all of its hidden secrets to the person seeking out. Continues the Pituch Echotam. Then the pasuk says, "Batered ha'ayena betemalek kada bata'al." She then went to the spring and she filled up her kad. She filled up kada bata'al and brought it back up. What is the kad? So he says beautifully, Lirmoz da Torah kelaluta kaf dalet svarim. You should know we have 24 books of the Tanakh. If you take the Chamisha Choshev Torah, the Het Nevi'im, Yud Aleph Ketuvim, you put together the Tanakh. What do we have? We have 24 svarim. So the kad are the 24 svarim. Actually, in the footnote over here, they bring down that the kada with the hay. The hay symbolizes the Shekhinah, that Hashem is part of the Torah. Okay, mystical ideas. But the Pituch Echotam goes a little simpler. He says the kada is the kad. It's the kad sefarim. We have 24 svarim. The kol ha-mishnah v'agmara v'sodot v'remazim hakol kalul the ganuz betoch kaf dalet sefarim. He says all the oral Torah, the Mishnah, the Gemara, and then the hints, the secrets, the Kabbalah, all of the stuff, everything is hidden, is ganuz inside the 24 sefarim. V'akol yotzeh mikufa. But when you reveal these sefarim, when you start to learn, it's all going to come out of this source of these 24. V'hine haTorah mimakom elyon shorasha she'ein lo ketz. The Torah comes from a high and lofty level. Ulifichach hakol kalul ba. Therefore, it is so great. V'zeu sham ashamar v'tered ha'ayana hu makom ha'elyon shemisham shorasha. And that's what it says, that she went all the way to the spring. You got to go dig deep. You got to go deep to get to that water. I was actually thinking maybe he's anything over here. The ayana is the ayin again. The 70 shivim panim Torah. We spoke it very much to get to the shivim. The ayin is the sword. So maybe there's a hint too as well. We have the ayin now being surrounded by haze on both sides. We're trying to get to the sword, ulai, but he's saying ayana is the idea that the Torah comes from such a high source, but she fills up from this high source, from this, I guess, heavenly Torah, this depths of the Torah, and she now comes down with the kaf dal sfarim, she comes down with the Torah shebichtav. And he says, the first level of the Tanakh, you just start to learn the stories. It's not so difficult. They're nice stories, they're nice ideas, nice halachot. But he says, but inside of them, there are such deep secrets. And that's what it means, that she filled up this kad, meaning it's filled with all the deepest secrets. Okay, then the pasuk goes on. And then now the servant, the Eved, runs after her. We've spoken in the past, the language of a ratz, it's the language of ratzon. You run after what you desire. This Eved is saying, I have a desire. Can I have a little bit of water? So he says, he says, why is he called? He's called an Eved right now. In a second, his title is going to be changed. But right now, when Eliezer is running to her, he's called an Eved in the Torah. His name Eliezer is not even mentioned in this whole story. But he's called an Eved over here. Why? Because he's saying, I want to be an Eved to the Torah. We know if you want a person who wants real success in the Torah, Adam kemut ma'ol, you have to die over the Torah, you have to give over all of your kochot to the Torah. You have to be like an Eved. He's saying, I want to be your servant. I want to serve you. I am so dedicated. I'm ratz to you. I'm rotzeh. I have a ratzon to learn the Torah. Belev shalem. V'zeu ve'rotza Eved likrata. That's what it means. He ran after her. He's hanen. He's pleading. Please, ulai yilmod me'at mizir. Maybe a little bit. Agmi'ini na me'at. Can I have a little bit me'at ma'im? Just give me a tiny bit. Now, Lanut Dati, if we could take it in a slightly different direction, he's saying, can I have a little bit of Torah? You want to start small, but we also know that me'at mayim, a little bit of water, we've spoken in the past, but me'at me'elokim, that last level of Torah, that last level of the ayin of the 70 that Moshe Rabbeinu could get to, that Sha'arnun, the 50th gate of Binah, that Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't get to, that's actually the me'at, that's actually the little. So maybe also this me'at mayim, can I get the me'at? Ultimately, I do want to get to that highest level, that the deepest connection. But right now, says the P'tuchei Chot, I'm not like that. Right now, he's saying, can I just have a little bit of Torah? Just the basics. Maybe a little from the Kad, a little Torah shebichtav. And he says, and we know the Torah, that we have all the beautiful midrashim and all the sources in Chazal that Torah is like mayim. Can I have a little bit of water? A little bit of Torah. So now Rivka, now the Torah, the Bat Melech responds to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Again, we've spoken in the past, the Torah is compared to the daughter of the king in Parshat Truma. Vaychu li Truma, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu finally, after Matan Torah, Hashem then says, build a Mishkan for me. Why does Hashem ask for a Mishkan to be built, says the Midrash? Because Hashem gave the Torah over to us as a wife, and now the Bat Melech is leaving the king. So the king then says, okay, build for me a Mishkan, because I want to come join you, because I recognize that I'm giving my daughter, I'm giving the Holy Torah over to you. So says the Torah, Vatomer, Shte Adoni, Batemaher Batored Kada Ayada Batashkehu. And when he says Kisharoah HaTorah, Shehu Mitavem Ishtokek Lidvareya, when the Torah, when the beautiful, our beautiful bride, the Torah, sees what a desire we have to learn Torah, so then Batomer Shte Adoni. Kore'alo Adon. She now calls him Adon, my master. Umechabdeto, and she gives him kavod, umramato, and again, and more. Remember, uplifts him. Umelamado beli Torah, and then she comes down to him. She takes the kad. And she's vetemaher, she's doing it quickly. Oh, you desire to learn Torah, now the Torah is going to come down and want to teach you. Now the Torah says, oh, you want to understand me, I'm coming down to you. And now, vetemaher, she goes fast, Adoni, gives him kavod, calls him, and then, vatored kada al yada, she brings it down to her hand, meaning, before it was on shichma, it was on her shoulder, it was up above, but now she comes down to him, vateshakeu. The Torah comes to those who want to learn it, and now says, come, I'm going to give you to drink. Says the P'tuchei Chot, I'm making a couple more diukim in the next verses. He says, just like he has a desire to learn, so too the Torah has a desire to teach. And once he takes that first step towards her, now she gets excited, and slowly she's going to reveal more and more and more. So it starts with the more simple, but then, Vatomer gam ligmalecha eshav. Okay, and now I taught you, now I'm going to teach you your gemalim. What are the gemalim? So he says gemalim, also language of gomel chesed. Who's the gomel chesed? He brings down chazals that it's the Rebbes who are the gomel chesed to their talmidim, because they want to pass it on. They want to bring it out to the entire world. They're not keeping the Torah. We said once in the past from the Chatam Sofer, if you really want to love somebody, love your neighbor like yourself, Zeklal Gadol Batorah, says the Chatam Sofer. What does Chazal mean? Zeklal Gadol Batorah, Batorah Dafka. If you really love somebody, you're going to teach them Torah. You want to do Chesed, you want to do Gemilu Chasadim. So the Gemilu Chasadim is to have those Talmidim. So right now the Torah realizes, you want to learn Torah, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to fill you up, and I'm going to give you enough so you can teach as well, and you can pass it even forward, and we're going to have more and more generations of Torah, and it's going to keep flowing. As gam ligmalecha shem tamidecha eftach libam ve'yavinu, they're going to get it too. Ad im kilu lishtot, until they're complete and they're full and they've had enough water. Meaning the Torah says, I'm going to fill you up as much as you want. I'm going to keep going and going, and not just for you, but for all the future generations, your kids, your grandkids, your talmidim. I'm going to give you Torah for all generations. And then the Torah runs back. Vatemaher v'te'ar kadal shoket v'ratz od ela be'er lishob v'tishav l'chol gemalav. And then the Torah goes back and she draws out more water, because he says the shoket, the trough. Basically, what do? You get a lot of water, you put it in a bigger trough, call over the animals. It's not enough water. We got to go back to the well, which now means we got to get deeper. So I gave you the initial, the pshat. We got a little bit of the kad, a little bit of the Torah shebichtav, but now let's get a little bit deeper. Now let's understand the Mishnah. Let's understand the Gemara, and then let's get to the Midrashim. Let's get to the halachot. Let's get to the sodot. Let's get to the ramazim. Let's go back to the actual spring, and let's try to get deep. And now he says, "Va'ish mishta'eh." Now, the person learning Torah, did I get it right? Is it true? Did Hashem really bless me? Is this l'shem shamayim? Is it not l'shem shamayim? And he just sees that it's making sense. It's all coming, and he's getting it for himself and for his future talmidim. And then eventually he says, "Wow, this is it. Hashem has blessed me, the Torah has blessed me, and then he gives the engagement present, the wedding present, which now the Betul Chachotim gets into really deep Kabbalistic stuff, which are beyond me, where he speaks about the zivug, this real marriage between the Jewish people and the Torah, the husband and the wife, and that's why we have the marriage present right now. And he speaks about how each of these symbols, like a simple thing says the Ushnei Tzemidim, we have two bangles. So each bangle says Samid is Gematria Kedem. It's Gematria 144. 144. If there's two of them, we have 288. So he says 288. We know the Rapach Nitzotzot. We have this concept that there's these sparks of light that are in the entire world that we're trying to bring back up, so to speak, in Kabbalistic talk. So he says that's the Tzmidim. So meaning we have some deep things happening right now. Once we show a desire to learn Torah, the Torah then runs to us, and then it creates this beautiful marriage ceremony, a spiritual ceremony in the Shamayim between the Jewish people and the Torah, between the desire of the Torah and the Torah itself, and that makes all the tikkunim that we need. So B'ezras Hashem, we should be zocheh to really desire to learn, because that seems to be the makor over here. The source is, do we have that desire, to have that ratzon, to be ratz to the Torah, and then when we ratz to the Torah, may we be zocheh that the Torah should slowly reveal more and more to us, and we'll start slow, we'll get the pshat, then we'll get to the drush, the remez, the sod. We're going to really try to get to the whole Torah, but B'ezras Hashem, the first step is to show that we desire, and the second that we show that we understand how beautiful, how pure, how tsanua is the Torah, then the Torah will run right after us to give us those secrets. Shabbat Shalom.